Welcome back everybody. Today we are looking at a bit of a different game as it is called Bar. In short, for the long term, it's Beyond All Reason. It's a free to play RTS in the genre. It's fairly well known game as far as I know, but I feel like there are could be a lot more people who are playing this game because the devs doing an absolute stellar job with it, with the recent updates, balances, fixes here and there, new maps and everything. It's very well designed game, as I feel like it's spiritual successor to titles as the Forgotten Alliance, Supreme Commander, and Planetary Annihilation. The game definitely took a lot of inspiration from them and designed its core around those premises. So, yeah, it's definitely a worthwhile game to check out. Its community is very robust. Usually, there's always about 6 or 7 lobbies open, ready to hop in. Most of them are usually full. And as I said, it's free. You have nothing to lose. So here we are back in the game. It's currently we are looking at a 4v4 situation over here in a map called Comet Catcher. It's a moon land, so to say. So the players are currently restricted to only solar panels in terms of energy production. As you can see, there are wind turbines, 2-bit maps with atmosphere, but this is currently is locked out for them as it's very bad in this area, so it's just basically a waste of money, and even the devs realize that there is no reason for here to be that option. So now let's introduce our player. We got SS currently working on a bot lab, Saddam in the vehicle factory, and a lot of units already coming up. Goose Juice with a few scouts, blitz and construction vehicles, and Aeon is another bot factory going on for grunts. On the opposite left side or right side we have Commander with a vehicle factory, Lexi with another vehicle factory, and Ninja Luther with a bot factory, and he is only starting it now. I feel like no, he did not disconnect, he just walked ahead a bit. That's an interesting because its opponent is already out with scouts and it can get around here just to deny this area. Let's see how it goes for him. And last but not least, Seika with another vehicle factory. And Ninja is already engaging with the scouts, and as I have told you, oh yeah, yes, he is spotting this weak spot and goes for it. That's a big mistake for Ninja because he's going to lose all of this, unfortunately. Now units are beginning to trickle out, and he is forced to move his commander back to build this back up. He definitely shouldn't have done that, Ninja, but oh well, he took a risk. The gamble didn't pay it out. And now the bots are doing this crater is interesting because vehicles are unable to pass these craters, but bots, as you can see, can easily walk over it. Even though they will be slowed down, they can do it. And here we get another run by that's going to get shot down very easily by Zadika. Sorry for my raspy voice. I just finished the long hour-long game casting, and I feel like I'm gonna be a bit of a quiet guy for the past few days because I'm not that talkative. And this is definitely pushing my limits on the terms of my voice over here. So it was fairly strong run by, but the commander is more than enough to shut this down if he's watching. Yeah, he is watching. Question is, does other team watch? No, they not, and they are going to die off. But that's another solar and another metal exhaust just going down, further hampering Ninja's expansion. As on the opposite side of the team, we can see commanders are beginning to make their way to the offline, to the well, kind of designated front lines over here. Now there is another run by coming too, which is getting picked off. Alexei already up front with a little bit of forward base over here. Should, I feel like, expand a bit, trying to just get a bit more light turrets up and running just toward that. Commander is looking very weak currently, along with Ninja. As the leading, I feel like the map presence is definitely taken over by the left side team, as they are continuously trying to get behind the enemy lines, doing some economical damage here and there. And this is a big run by, as Ninja is unable to hold its line because he's been hampered from the early game. That's one max down, the tower is down. And it is ended now. It's another much bigger run by over here from Yarrow, from Goose Juice, and this can be very dangerous because there are one towers here at the back, but against this amount of blitz fast assault tanks it's not going to achieve much. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's going to hurt our blue player. Ninja is currently unable or just unwilling, as he's struggling in terms of power. He needs more than 2 solar powers over here. And he's going to lose its backside again. Damn. Bull guy having a rough day. And as this run by continues, he can deal more and more damage over here, which is going to pick up. It's red with a bunch of grunts just going out and trying to do another run by for that. But this, they smell blood in the water, as Ninja is unable to hold its line, as it is constantly leaking units through. And this is bad news. As we can see, Resign is coming up from them. Zerika Blue is taking the initiative for it. But he is pointing out there's too much leading from Ninja. Too much. He lost his factory. That's going to shut him out from the game for a while to rebuild it, if he can contain this insurgent of units over here. As they had definitely lost mass presence in this game. That's unfortunate. There's a run bys coming out trying to achieve much, but there's 2 maxes down. Tower maybe. But it's already getting picked apart, as it's not being microed. Some rocket rats? Yes, rocket rats coming in play, trying to, well, move forward, but they are very low DPS. They need to be deployed kinda en masse to be useful. I feel like basic Tech 1 artillery 2 should have been more worthwhile than the missile truck. The Lexi is getting pushed back by no actual medium assault tanks, and seems like Ninja finally plugged the leak in his base, but he is struggling economically as his backline is just crippled. He is hurting, his economic prowess is just non-existent. In terms of overall eco, we can see on the upper right corner that the left side is well ahead of them in terms of metal production, and that's what matters in a map small like this. Overall metal production, as they can use it to just either anchor down or rush T2 as it is happening over here. Well, I would not call it rushing T2, but definitely working for it, and he definitely has the units and placements and a teammate to help him out to cover it until he stops unit production and gets attack 2-1. But once he does it, once he gets that attack 2, it's game over for the right side because they are so far behind. Goose realizes that he is definitely have the units up ahead and the teammates to cover it up, and it's reclaimed its Tech 1 factory to do it quicker, and it is already done. The first things first is going to get out an advanced construction vehicle, probably getting the max metal extraction points upgraded to Tech 2 just to pull ahead Nico even more. And here we have a commander going down from the left side. Interesting, he is definitely overexpanded, I feel like, because there's a lot of wrecks around that. But here comes another run by. That's going to get stopped. I feel like there's a few units here and there to be done. Yep, it's not going to achieve much, as Ninja is just not caring to reclaim this area that is rightfully his, as his teammates are just going to take it. At least it will produce, but look at this, a large units, a large amount of thugs just rolling out, as he is definitely have the economic prowess to support that, and this push is not going to be stopped. I feel like, as the commander dips below 500 HP, is turning red. He is very hurt, very badly. This begins to slowly repair itself, but that's just not going to happen. You are not going to claim that for this commander or here, but the D-gun destroying the wreck, that's a good call, because he too realized that there is no way he takes it, but no, it's a question that he himself come back up, and now. So Red claims that metal, but not from his corps, but the other teams, as both commanders are down, and from this point on he can just walk this base down. As he tried to get attack 2 up, realizes it's not working, reclaims it and begins to push out units, but there is nothing they can do against this push up here, because this is just going to swing around on the backside, and Ninja was already very weak, very worn down. He's just not be able to help. As now the Tech 2 advanced metal extractors coming out. As you can see, a basic one here is producing 2.3 metals per tick, the advanced one is 9.2, and that's going to really push up the economic advantage to the left side, as Red is just continuing to walk it down. Ninja trying to help but he is not kinda in a position to do that because Century on command speed with 45, a Tug with speed with 45, they are not going to catch up. This is another breakthrough coming up from the top side, but this time from the right side of the team. That there's already a commander in place, but he does not got the energy to de-gun these units, and it's going to fall. Yeah, that was tough, running out of the energy just the right time. But here comes another push, threatening Ninja. He too doesn't have the energy to de-gun, as he can only blink at it with the basic weapon the commanders had. But now this is a big flanking attack. They can get around Ninja trying to go directly to Lexi, as they are just happily tacking up and echoing up on the other side. They got disturbances. That's definitely a good pickup, taking out the tech 2. Just giving a heads up to the other team that yeah, there is tech 2 in the play for quite a while from them. And we can see putting that extra method to use, as tech 2 artillery is coming out and few of them are already out in the film. There's not much they can do against it. Either keep falling back and get bombarded to oblivion as the numbers just climb up and up and up, or just commit to an assault with everything you got, because at this point this is just far behind. The top green already has his own tech too, but he was unable to upgrade any of his metal extractors over here, and I feel like now is Ninja in the chopping plate, as the units are just streaming towards him. The deal trying to put up some kind of a defensive force with missile trucks, just trying to kite them as they pass, but this is just too much for him, as commander already going down thanks to Janus twin medium rocket launcher, high damage, medium range, and not high but low fire rate, as it definitely needs a lot of time to reload. But when it does, oh boy, it packs a punch. The top, another run by taking out one of the players, is kinda equalizing it, but problem is at the bottom there are two players down. And Aeon is still not completely out from it, because he had a few units and the construction, but to try to get back into the game, well, at this point losing your base is just a death sentence, but bets of luck for him, as in the bottom these units are still slowly making their way up. There's now a few landmines coming out, which is a good thinking, because these units are definitely hurt and landmines can take them out. A few reclaim bots are just going out, resurrecting the towers. The units are over here just taking whatever they can have for free, because the wreck is already here. There's a minimal amount of metal needed to be invested back into to get it operational again. But it was a good idea. I feel like he done that from the start, they could be in a very different scenario now, but now heavy T2 in play from yellow. That's just not going to happen, as the backside is finally somewhat starting to quiet down. And now red is up in tech 2. It is producing Sheldons. Same concept, long range artillery mortar, but over here bit smaller range, bit smaller damage because it's a bot, but it's much cheaper to produce, because let's just take a look where it is. Here it is. A Mauser, the mobile artillery for vehicle part, is 320 metal and 400 or 4900 energy. In terms of bot for metal is bit higher, but the energy costs are much smaller, 1000 less. He's paying 20. Oh, he's paying almost 100 meta more. Oh, that's new. Thought it's cheaper, but seems like no. The energy cost is definitely much cheaper, but in terms of metal it's more expensive. I need to put a thought of that on the next time I play the game. Yes, this is a done deal. The right side is just collapsing on the front on every direction now. It's a shame. It's a shame. They did well, but unfortunately Ninja's starting, well, Drake, let's just call it that, walk the former commander ahead, just put them into such a delayed position in terms of units and map presence that the left side is just able to capitalize on it. Needless to say, it was a good job from both of the teams battling it out, but this game is done and over. Let's just take a quick look on the bases. As you can see, the solar powers, the economic prowess is just getting stayed up massively at this time. They know they are well ahead and beginning to greed away to build up that echo, even if they by some kind of miracle the front is getting pushed back. They definitely will have the economic prowess after that to turn the tides. But this is the death sentence for them, as no fiends are coming up, fast assault boots with close range flamethrowers, and they are just going to annihilate this blaze. As you can see, they are definitely having the time of their life as exploiters put up, hopefully trying to defend what they can with the tower they have, but that's just not much that they can do against this. Maybe this is a bit more successful, but the damage will be done in terms of economic prowess wise. Our resource units, resource buildings are getting taken out from that push, and the artillery bombardment is closing up. From every direction they are getting shot to pieces. It's commendable trying to hold out, but it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. They don't have the necessary E-code, necessary unit production units to try to hold out. This is a done deal. As you can see, a few mines just put up trying to hold it, but it's not going to happen because they know it's over. They lost their map presence, they lost everything, as SS is currently expanding it. It was a good game for both of the players, well played. They have realized most of the enemies' mishaps, mistakes, and managed to capitalize on it. Very well done, very good job from both sides. And I would like to say thank you to joining me in this little cast as I'm trying to feel where I am planning to go with this uh, channel currently. So feel free to leave a comment behind, just help me out. How should I progress in terms of the channel? Basically, what would you like to see, what you don't, and maybe some help. How should I do it if you actually like what I do currently? But thank you for your opinion and for your support and time. And see you guys next time. I'm out.